Here's one of the latest interviews from Rock and Metal Revival. If you want to hear the whole show, go to rmrshow.com. There's brand new music from Blackstone Cherry. It's called In Our Dreams on Rock and Metal Revival. That CD is called Kentucky, and if you don't own it,
good, man.
You're missing out. On the phone with us, as always, we want to welcome him back to the show, guitarist for Blackstone Cherry, Ben Wells. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Hey, thanks, man. Glad to be here.
You know, Ben, your last CD, Magic Mountain, ended up #1 for us a couple of years ago for the year, and I'm telling you, you guys are going to be back up in the top 5 with this release with Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, what goes into the writing process for Blackstone Cherry? I mean, you guys just come up with great song after great song. I mean, do you guys just lock yourself into a cabin, or I mean, how does it work? You do it on the road? What's the secret?
This time is a little bit of both. I mean, we have a practice house, which is the cover of the album. That's where we rehearse, and we usually just the 4 of us get down there and just kind of, throw stuff together and pick it apart, and then create from there. And then, but a lot of the songs on this album too were written while we were touring. So we did a lot of touring in the summer of last year, and we knew we were going to be going to the studio in the fall. So we worked a lot while we were on the road in the back of the bus, just putting ideas down. And but regardless of how it's done or where it's at, it's always the 4 of us, putting in the ideas and the melodies, and that's just the way we've always done it.
Well, the other day, a coworker of mine says, hey, that band you listen to, Blackstone Cherry, I heard them today on Outlaw Country. And I said, yeah, you know what that means? They're a good band. I mean, do you guys, they can't pigeonhole you guys.
That's the thing with us, we never really wanted to be just a one-dimensional band, We're influenced by so many types of music, be it, heavy metal and rock and blues, country, bluegrass and gospel. So it's all these different things we love, and reggae and Motown. So it's like we just want to try and incorporate those things in our music whenever we can. And that's what we've tried to do. And we've been fortunate enough that, rock stations have played us, and like Outlaw Country can play us. And I think it's something's really unique about it, and I'm very thankful for that.
Well, I saw you play the Carolina Rebellion. I saw it on Access TV.
Yeah.
And you went through a guitar for each song. Do you got a lot of different tunings, or do you just like to show off all your cool guitars?
No, a lot of it's all tunings, and that was a short set too, so we had to pick songs, and there's a lot of different change outs. But I'm not one to just bring out guitars just to have a bunch of guitars, just because it's just too much time, But all the songs that we had to change for were because of tuning issues.
Ah, okay.
Ben, I saw you, like Jerry said, on the Carolina Rebellion playing early in the day, and then I turn around and I watch you guys play in Europe. And there is tens of thousands of people losing their mind, singing Things My Father Said, and welcome, Blame It on the Boom Boom, loud. I mean, do you question what the difference, what the hell's going on?
It's honestly, a lot of times it's like we just get up there and do it, and then it's after the fact that you go, wow, that just kind of happened, You try and take it all in at those big shows when people are singing along, and you look out there and see a sea of people, but it's hard just to stand still while you're on stage and really take it in because you're in the moment and you're performing. And then it's not usually until after the fact that you see video or photo and you go, wow, man, we just did that, And so it's a really crazy feeling.
Well, this weekend, Ben, I'm going to get to see you with Shaman's Harvest, and I'm taking along a bunch of, I want to call them youngsters, under 20s.
So watch your language and the nudity.
So, what can I tell them about what to expect at a Blackstone Cherry show?
We get asked that a lot, and honestly, it's pretty spontaneous with us because, everything is live coming from the stage. We don't run any kind of tracks or anything like that. So whatever it happens, be it mistakes or
That's
great
the
things.
way to do it, man.
Yeah. But, at the end of the day, I can guarantee you there's lots of energy, and, we try to make it a fun show and nothing too serious. And we just want people to leave having a good time, and we want them to feel like they got their money's worth. So we like a good, high energy level show, and, it's jam-packed with just riffage and drums and guitar solos and stuff. So it's just, that's basically what it is.
Like I tell them, it's a real rock and roll show.
Thank you.
Well, Ben, this album has just been blowing me away, and I heard that when you heard you guys do the remake of War.
Yeah, with the saxophone.
Yeah, and what brought that to the table?
Well, we were in the studio, and we knew we had to do a song as like a special edition version for the album, and we were going to do a cover, and then we got the idea to do War, because we've always loved that song, and then once we got it recorded, we thought it was too cool just to have on as a bonus track. We wanted to put it on the actual album, so it was very spur of the moment. We just put it up, on an iPod, and like, man, that's the one we got to do. Let's just do it, and we recorded it in probably an hour.
Nice. Who decided to put a sax in there, or who played it? Isn't there a saxophone in there?
Yeah, there was saxophone and two saxes and trumpets, and we had a couple guys from a band back home do that. That were really, really good, and that's another reason we call the album Kentucky, is because there's some outside musicians on this album doing background female vocals and the horns and the organ and strings, and all of them are musicians from our area, so it just made sense to call it that.
Cool. Sweet. So your drummer John Fred, does he got a thing where he just does not like cowbell, or what? Because I heard a couple songs on this album that could have used a little cowbell.
Oh no, he loves the cowbell. He loves it. He would play it. He would play that just by itself if he could. But it has its place.
Okay.
Hey Ben, I got one more question for you before we let you get out of here. And the song that really took me when I listened to the album for the first time was the song "Rescue Me," and the harmonies on the beginning of that. That song is just blew me away. What was the idea? I looked at my wife, and my wife goes, "That's kind of a Bohemian Rhapsody kind of start to it."
Queen, this is
well, we had the song, and then it was all recorded. We started putting the vocals on the intro, and then we kept on layering vocals. That's where our gospel thing comes into play. Is we love that kind of stuff. And,
that's cool.
It just became something really, really cool and unique and really beautiful sounding. And we decided to leave it on the intro. We just thought it was cool. And it really showcased that the four of us sing, and it catches people off guard, I think.
It totally blew me away. Would you mind if we played that right now?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, Ben Wells, you are always welcome back on Rock and Metal Revival.
For sure.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
To catch the whole show of Rock and Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Megarock Radio's on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noize Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on UncontrolledNoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rock and Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rock and Metal Revival.